Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So ambitious, talking, she's spitting, and I think I know what I'm missing. There's nothing better. Watch out for heaven. Play out the same scene, bleeding on the new sheets. I wanna bake out on the concrete. There's nothing better. Keeping it together. Take anything that you want to take on, but I want everything. Be a better lover, I know that I'm a runner. Oh no, I think I've become. There's nothing better than being the protector. Out of the routine, only one I've ever seen. I wanna be a foolproof machine. There's nothing better. Wanna be like heaven. I'll take anything that you wanna give. But I want everything. That you wanna give, but I want I'll take anything that you wanna give, but I want everything. Take anything that you wanna give, but I want everything.
You're listening to Slow Pulp live on KEXP.
Hit it, Henry. Five letters on enough to tell you what I got my mind on. Won't take too long. Lighting up burning sun, go wash the soap off of your tongue.
We're very happy to have Slow Pulp with us today live in the KEXP studios playing songs from their new album, Yard.
I've been blinded by the reflection of the lake. The neighbors hear me singing, I don't care, 'cause I'm much too baked. Their dogs are barking at the water, I yelled they messed up my take. I didn't get much sleep 'cause of Twitch. Missed the volleyball game, I'm a bitch. I've been a bitch. They put the house for sale sign up. Didn't know that I cared that much. I'm sorry I wasn't there enough. It's on me. I've been crying in the yard. The grass is yellow and it hurts my arms. Wanna burn it up, wanna watch a show. Come on, let's go. They put the house for sale sign up. Did you know that I cared that much? Tell my sister that she's good enough for me.
So beautiful. We've got Slow Pulp live on KEXP.
This one's our last song. It's called Broadview.
One, two, three, four.
Oh
That was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my
This was
goodness.
So much fun.
Thank you so much. It was fun for all of us. That was Slow Pulp live on KEXP, playing songs from the new album Yard, which just came out recently. This group has such a shared history and chemistry. It goes so far back. In various ways, you all grew up together as a group. Obviously, you're all friends. Can you talk about the dynamic of your relationship as a band and how you work best together?
Yeah. Well, so a little bit about our history. A story I just learned that I think is really cute is Henry, who plays guitar, and Teddy, who plays drums, met at the ball pit in McDonald's when they were 5. And grew up as friends, and then they took music lessons at a place in Madison called Good and Loud, where they met Alex Leeds, our bassist. And I think they started their first band in middle school, in like 6th grade.
5th, 6th grade.
You were 12 or something. And I met them in college in Madison, and through the music scene that was kind of happening there. And I remember just thinking how lovely it was to work with them. It was kind of this instant connection. And we all grew up in Madison, so we had a lot of shared, kind of cultural upbringing. But
Is it true that you went to the same rock camp, but just not at the same time or the same location?
Yeah, I actually, so they all grew up on the west side, and I grew up on the east side, and I went to the Good and Loud there. And I think Teddy and I maybe figured out that we might have they did these things called master classes, and I think that we maybe both played Beverly Hills by Weezer.
Yeah, there was one on the east side that I think we might have been.
Got to dig through some pictures and see if we're in it together, so... Maybe we've known each other longer than we realized.
Maybe we were in a battle of the bands at one point. Yeah. Well, how does Yard fit into your progression as a band?
This album, I think, our first album, Movies, we really didn't know what we were doing when we were making it.
Oh my gosh, and it's so lovely.
Oh, thank you so much. That album was a product of a lot of kind of strenuous circumstances. And this album, we didn't have the pandemic in the way that it was, and so we were able to kind of make it together, which we didn't get to do with our first record. But there was also a lot of, chosen isolation as a part of the process that I think was very important to kind of giving ourselves space and also a way to trust ourselves and trust each other in the process of making songs and making the record.
It seems like visual clues and manifestations are a big part of the way that you write music together, and visualizing what you wanted these songs to feel like and writing around that. And I'm curious how you discovered that was the way that you write best as a band. And can you describe what that looks like?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I feel like maybe one of the boys could answer this better, because it was a language that I feel like I kind of had to learn when I joined. But it felt so right to kind of do it. We do talk a lot about colors and landscapes. Henry, do you want to take it away?
No, you should do.
He just wanted to make sure that mic worked so he could make sure that you would do it.
Just a mic check.
But we'll talk about, I think, especially the production of a song. I know that we use the reference for Doubt, one of the songs we played today. I think it was Henry that was like, this song sounds like wakeboarding. And it's just something that, for whatever reason, I think we're all able to align on often and kind of understand what that means. The first song on the record, called Gone 2, we re-recorded it the day before we were supposed to turn the album in. And we really figured out that song by watching the music video for Scar Tissue by the Red Hot Chili Peppers on silent, just repeating for hours and hours. We were pretty delirious at this point, but for whatever reason, that like kind of desolate, dry desert landscape really informed how the song ended up being.
Talk about an inspiration. You just had it running on mute the whole time you were writing the song.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's great. Well, your songs embody this warm feeling of familiarity. You're able to express universal emotions in a way that's really deeply personal to listeners, I feel. How does songwriting act as a cathartic experience for you?
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. So for this record, I spent a lot of time at some houses in northern Wisconsin. Some family friends were so kind to let me borrow for some weeks at a time. And I think being alone like that for me allowed me to be so much more vulnerable with myself than I intended to, or even realized I could, I guess, in songwriting. And So I think the result of the songs came out pretty raw as a method of writing and just being alone and kind of letting go of that inner critic or thinking about what songs I maybe should write and the songs I needed to write.
You recorded the vocals of this record and some previous songs with your dad in his home studio, and I'd love to hear about how that came about. It sounds like it was a really rewarding experience, and I'm interested to hear what that relationship was like and what you feel like it brought to the final record.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's such a special thing that I get to do. So when we were making our first record, Movies, I was quarantining with my parents in Madison away from everyone. And my dad is a musician. Shout out Mike Massey. And he has a small studio in my parents' house. And so it was kind of like we started our collaboration as a necessity more than anything. And I was definitely a bit nervous because it's a bit, kind of a toss-up how your familial relationship can turn into a more creative working one. But it went so well, and I think my dad and I are really close, and we're very open with each other, and he has so much context for what the songs are about. So I think he was able to kind of get me into that emotional headspace for recording the songs. And sometimes I didn't want to. Some of the songs are really hard to kind of reflect upon, and he didn't stray away from kind of getting me there. And we're also able to argue in a really good way, I guess. We will fully fight about how a harmony should sound, but we're family, so we're able to kind of work through it, and I think it's really helped our relationship outside of music, and that's something I didn't expect, and I'm so grateful for, and I hope to record the next record with him as well.
I love that. The idea of place seems like a huge source of inspiration for Slow Pulp, and you just talked about how much you love Wisconsin. You grew up in Madison. And how does the feeling of place and home translate into your music? What does it bring out in your writing, do you think?
I think I'm always... Home feels like it's ever changing, especially being on the road, too. And I think I've been really trying to figure out how to find the sense of home within myself, which I've been avoiding, I think, for a long time. Because it's kind of scary to take that journey to really love yourself, and I think that's what it takes to find that piece of home, no matter where you are. But I think, I think we just also really feel a strong tie to the Midwest, and we've all lived in the Midwest our whole lives. Our friend Javier Reyes, who's playing on this tour with us and playing in this session, he's also from Minnesota, so it all runs deep. But and I think a lot of imagery and just a lot of our music has this kind of inexplicable Midwestern kind of sound and tie, and we do write a lot about home. I didn't even think about that, but that's true.
Well, absolutely love Movies and now this new record, Yard. I appreciate you so much for taking the time to perform these songs with us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having us. This was really a dream come true.
A big thank you to Slow Pulp for this great in-studio session. We hope to have you back again soon. And thank you to all of our wonderful listeners and viewers for helping to make sessions like this possible. We are listener-powered, and we rely on donations from our listeners to make all of this possible. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and get notification when we launch a new video. And if you would like to support these sessions, you can become a YouTube channel member with a monthly contribution by clicking on the Join button below this video. And as a channel member, you'll receive really exclusive access to some select videos that we do with these sessions. It's so much fun to have you be a part of this, and you can make a gift anytime directly at kexp.org/live. Thank you once again for Slow Pulp joining us here in the KEXP studios today, and all of our wonderful listeners for helping to make these sessions possible. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're listening to KEXP Seattle. Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?